Lionel Messi returns to Camp Nou to vote in Barcelona's presidential election. Lionel Messi made a special return to the historic Camp Nou today. The Argentine superstar arrived quietly but confidently to participate in the highly anticipated presidential election of FC Barcelona. The presence of Messi at the club's home ground created an emotional and noisy atmosphere among fans and members of the Catalan Giants. Many supporters gathered outside the stadium, hoping to catch a glimpse of the legendary player who defined an era at Barcelona and remains one of the most beloved figures in the club's history. Messi's arrival added a special moment to the election day as Barcelona members prepared to decide the next leader of the club. The election has been intensely followed by supporters worldwide, particularly because of the rivalry between the two main candidates, Joan Laporta and Victor Font. When Messi arrived at Camp Nou earlier today, fans immediately recognized him and began chanting his name. Many supporters applauded and waved Barcelona scarves as the 8-time Ballon d'Or winner walked toward the voting area. Although Messi no longer plays for Barcelona, his connection to the club remains deeply emotional. Having spent more than 2 decades wearing the Blaugrana colors, Messi is widely considered the greatest player in the history of the club. Messi entered the voting area calmly, greeted several club officials, and proceeded to cast his vote like any other Barcelona member. The process itself lasted only a few minutes, but the impact of his presence was enormous. After completing the voting process, Messi briefly stopped to acknowledge fans and the media waiting outside. Reporters quickly asked the obvious question, which candidate did he support? However, Messi smiled and politely declined to reveal his choice. The former Barcelona captain simply stated that the vote was a personal decision and that he preferred to keep it private, just like any other member of the club participating in the democratic process. His response immediately sparked discussions among fans, who began speculating about which candidate might have received the support of the club legend. The reaction from Barcelona supporters was overwhelmingly positive. Many fans gathered outside Camp Nou expressed their joy at seeing Messi back at the stadium, where he created so many unforgettable memories. Some supporters shouted messages of gratitude, while others held up shirts with Messi's iconic number 10. For them, Messi is not just a former player, he represents the identity and spirit of Barcelona. His decision to participate in the election demonstrated that despite his departure from the club years ago, his bond with Barcelona remains strong. Even though Messi is no longer wearing the Barcelona jersey, his presence at the election reminded the football world that his relationship with the club goes far beyond his playing career. By taking the time to return and vote, Messi showed his respect for the institution and his interest in the future of Barcelona. Moments like this reinforce why he remains such an important figure in the club's history. As voting continues throughout the day, thousands of Barcelona members are expected to participate in the election process. Once the votes are counted, the club will officially announce its new president, marking the beginning of a new chapter for Barcelona. Whoever wins the election will inherit the responsibility of guiding the club through a period of transition while trying to restore Barcelona's dominance in